I'm actually happy to see this composition adjustment from FNATIC, because this leans into the sort of things I was talking about, which is prep. They've obviously come away from this. It's the first time we're seeing them actually bring out the Killjoy here, at least in this composition, and a slight change up from what we saw previously in Challengers 1 at least. So that kind of makes it worrying if you TENSTAR, because to run with the same expectations-wise, I mean... anti-stratting is such a subjective thing to talk about when we see these games and we will watch them, but these are the sorts of things that are definitely concerns.
Yeah, we'll see how they manifest throughout this. FNATIC will be on the attacking side, and TENSTAR defending to begin with. An early look towards middle. Stanley joined by the others, clearing through 4 players, to be precise, with the Sky sitting deep. It is completely free. You got the Fawn, the Wander. And the site is now going to be filled with FNATIC. The spike's almost there. Stanley has found both, so that's a big pickup, actually. Not bad at all. Polvy finding at the back of Tri-Box as well. Oh, the perfect adjustment. Polvy's out of round. There it is. Okay. Right, okay, so this is a 10-star.
I just sat up in my chair.
This is what everyone wants.
This is, I mean, that's exactly the way you want to bounce back from that previous map. It's come out with a huge confidence builder. I mean, you can see it already in the face cams. Look at them. It's completely different body language. Hopefully, this is something they can build on. Because, honestly, sometimes, it's not often, right? Doing what we do, we're never usually left wanting more. That previous map, I want to see more from this dream run. I want to see TENSTAR take this the distance.
Well, they've started off with a... almost matching the previous game's score.
Camera taken out.
So, if anything, it'll be an improvement from now on. Alright, I'm just being honest. I want to see them do better. It's going to be Stanley and Brody ready to receive the vast majority of FNATIC, who I don't love seeing the Astra, if I'm honest. I still don't think it's as viable as imagined. Stanley goes for the IRL turn of the flash, but he still comes back through just fine, getting Durka. And you're going to have the Sheriff and Marshall combination. Waiting for someone to do like a high noon reference at some point. Doma was great on the first map, but to remove both of these players would need, you know, maybe a wrist breaker at this point. Flash and 14, but there's actually 3. Keep in mind there's one to the right. I get nervous around Doma, man. That guy's dangerous.
Yeah, if Magnum can get anything else done, and just looking to chip away, force this reinvestment. Stanley and Polvy very disciplined, holding on. And actually, Russ has made his way all the way back behind him, so expect it to be very difficult, and it is indeed. Magnum will fall and 3 survive. 2 weapons carried across. Russ will hold on to the Ghost. Yeah, so good opportunity for this bonus round. We'll see how FNATIC navigate through here on their first buy round. Again, not really given too much on the pistol, and second round, I mean, I say, just trying to brute force their way down tube, and I'm banging their head against a brick wall, to be honest, trying to force that kill. See here, and this is, again, this is a sort of round where we didn't really see any adaptation from TENSTAR on Icebox, and this is the sort of round you want to see them kind of test the waters, right? Get a little bit fruity with it.
This is certainly quite fruity. Polvy can be a real problem to this piece. He can just kind of chip away at them in the back lines. Magnum's going to receive the first bit of damage, but still smiling. Russ from the site, dips out. Well aware of this, you can see the Viper just creating new lines to battle among. There's still plenty standing here. This is not drastically falling either way just yet, but there it is. FNATIC's rifles come on board, come online, exactly what they needed. As Brody did a little bit of damage, but not enough to dissuade the way the round's going. As the spike is going down. And that lingering Astra is going to be a nuisance.
The timing on the turret.
Brody's jump peak, didn't even see it. And the timing's going to be... It's going to be fine. Both it wasn't the cleanest, but we take those as FNATIC get there first on the board. And it was the buy round for them. That was the guns coming out. 3 managed to be taken over.
So we'll force those 2 repurchases, and TENSTAR going to be comfortable. At least financially here coming into this next round. So, you know, and the one thing actually, I mean, make your case for whatever other jet main, but FNATIC won that. How many times have we seen Durka ride through that blade storm on these sorts of rounds and keep an extra weapon or two. And they're not often discussed, really, with the lack of jet in this composition. Or the absence, sorry.
Take flight.
Something to keep in mind as we go on. Brody is actually going to fall back to the deeper side of Tri-Box. Call for rotation, but the site's going to be kind of controlled. I'm keeping my eye on the spike here more than anything to see if Etchy comes over. Mystic's the one carrying it, but Russ's mid-control is good. He's holding it in place. They can't quite get through until now. Boaster does take down Russ, so now the double doors are open. Flash in, Doma turns it himself. Comes through and perfect timing. Flash goes in. Povey's able to turn it just fine. Gets himself to a slightly deeper but safe angle, and they want another pick.
I was going to say, they've lost everything elsewhere. Stanley, oh, actually will show his hand on the back of that neural theft. Doma comes out on top in terms of the damage exchange, though. Cray will find Mystic, though. Gonna slip out of that poison orb. Doma now, the 1v3 presented.
He needs a cheeky one. Oh, it's not pretty today. It's not pretty today. Sometimes it seems like the simplest are the hardest to hit, but it will be a good bit of playback through from TENSTAR. They can do a little bit of housekeeping with all the rifles, make sure they've got what they want, get the op coming through as well. And TENSTAR do manage to make it to 3 now. This is good. This is clean enough, I want to say, but let's kind of talk about what kind of became a problem for FNATIC there. Hypoc, it felt like they, as said, had no step beyond the site itself.
No, it didn't, and unfortunately at that crunch time there, Boaster did trade out that kill in mid. But as soon as he falls then, it just becomes this... it becomes a matter of time before they're suffocated on site. If the spike's not already planted at that point, with the neural theft coming through as well, it's almost like TENSTAR can just sit and say, well, guys, you have to do something. You have to make a move. Unfortunately, it's not really doable for them there. Povey now looking to get a little bit aggressive. Shut down Durka just inside shot, but Spike makes its way elsewhere towards B.
Toxin screen down.
Viper's Pit available, Lauren, so if they can at least get on
Poison's off.
the site,
Ooh,
they find
Russ.
an opening.
Got your trail.
Yeah, I feel like Russ was trying to do a little more than he had to there by readjusting. Again, yes, sure, supporting Cray would have been great, but unnecessary at this point. But they have to go up the site now off the back of that pick. And you're right, the ultimate obviously then comes through. Gonna swarm the spike.
Planted.
As the plant is there. Doma, oh, playing outside of it. Deep flash in, didn't catch anyone. Gives them at least a second to pause for thought.
3v3 now.
Oh, it's still manageable, but look at the rifles and the weaponry the TENSTAR are working with. A little bit of a change out for Brody, but it ain't much of an upgrade. Still going to work his way around his Doma, who'd first meet if he did decide to go through all the way. Brody just walks on it. No one was absolutely none the wiser. The HP is super low. This is very doable for Doma, but Cray denies on 21 HP. Still keeps his team chugging forward. It's not clean, it ain't pretty, but a round's a round, and we're at 4-1.
Actually, Cray the one to survive with 21 HP all the way through to the end of that round, and I'm not entirely sure how Brody's able to navigate his way into that position, to be honest. There's a point where he crosses over in the gap just next to Pillar. I thought he would have been spotted, but ends up being the thorn in the side of FNATIC. They are reset. Combination of sheriffs and marshals.
Oh, Wild West out here. There's Durka. A little look down towards Madonna, but no one's really there. Boaster's actually found Stanley, so that could open up a little bit of space, a little bit of a pain point for FNATIC to try and pressure, but you can still see TENSTAR and just fine. They've got the get there to fill the gap. Now Brody's in trouble though. He's super isolated here. You can see the Jet now trying to just get on through to help him out. Brody does need some support. He gets it. It's a 2-for-2 trade out, but FNATIC do have the site. But these positions, look at Russ's position here. If Doma doesn't catch him, that could be a huge issue down the line. Oh, the flash is eating that completely. Fully blind. Cray even finding Magnum though. And there's the trade out. It's on Cray. A 1v2. Seeker's come through. Position's going to be known. Has to give it away. Even the Seeker taking a fair bit of the bullets he had to work with. Time's beginning to dwindle here, Hypoc. What can he do with this?
If anything, Doma and Mystic just going to play this disciplined. Still got a snake bite, so they can run this down. You can see the ping already. There it comes through and becoming okay. A little bit of a miss, actually. Yeah, they have to come and investigate. Sorry, to see. I don't know who was sticking that, but we'll come through. And FNATIC, a thrifty round victory here. Will actually stop any potential for TENSTAR building up some form of a financial buffer, and FNATIC actually going to call attack time out here.
Yep.
Review the last couple of rounds. And this is the sort of thing, again, the timeout on the previous map, there was no adaptation whatsoever on the side of TENSTAR. They were happy to sit deep on defense, allow FNATIC to take all of that kind of, I guess, frontal control in terms of mid and towards B lane, particularly on Icebox. And this here is it's kind of the difference in pedigree, right? These teams expect FNATIC to come back out with a completely new look here.
Yeah, I'm a little worried, and again, this is kind of speaking just purely to you more than anything. So we're gonna have potentially 2 one-sided maps, which kind of just puts it all to the third. Unless FNATIC can adjust pretty quickly. I mean, TENSTAR as a collective look quite decent. There should be a bit of a run here from FNATIC. I want to see how close it gets. But obviously, comfort levels alone and you know, results taken into account, this is a better map for TENSTAR in that aspect. This hasn't been a stronghold for FNATIC by any means. Now, Bai coming out from TENSTAR will be in the weaker end of things. Let's see what they actually go for. Maybe a Sheriff, a Frenzy, Marshall. But it's very, you know, few and far between in the way of a bigger investment. So I'm not too worried about this one. Does FNATIC keep it clean? Is there something fruity that we could see here?
It
look like it
stacked up. They want to try and pressure into shop here. Durka and Doma.
Russ has got a flash.
They decide against it. They're going to walk it.
Yeah. Going in dry didn't really help out at this point. Yeah, no. Durka found Rush. Yeah, there was a trade for Brody, but it's an ineffective one. You need that chip damage. You need a bit more. You need something to line up for you here. Brody at the back by the box. Yeah, found. Nice right click from old Stan. And then there's Cray. So, yeah, there was a little bit of danger at the beginning. I like the proactive play. Always do. I like people to try and make something out of those weaker buys. I prefer you do something unique with it. That's cool. But, again, the bigger guns come through. They keep it clean. It's 3-4. I don't want to see that buy back in from TENS, and it seems as though the heavens are open, so I should probably go and shut some of my windows. I'm going to leave you with this round for a second.
Fantastic. Hopefully no damage done. I'm certainly not capable of carrying solo. See you as Hovey back on that operator. Lockdown available, Viper's Pit available. Again, 2 key ultimates when we talk about the defense. Also on the flip side of that, Durka does have the Hunter's Fury available.
I'm back. Apologies for that. Didn't want to have a swimming pool in my apartment. Fair. Yeah, wasn't ideal.
It is.
How's it looking so far?
This utility invested here to try and stall out a push through from double doors, so a good read here from TENSTAR initially. Cray and Russ actually going to open this round up. Mystic will respond, but early victories here in favor of TENSTAR. But as I say that, Doma will bring it to a 3v3.
Yeah, those sky flashes from Doma just completely made light of 2 of them with the rifle as well. Poor old Stanley was blind as anything, could not see. And there's the Seeker giving away the position of Polvi. Left with that up in a 1v2, the post plant in, and there's still a Viper, so you know you're in trouble. The ultimate just hissing away in the background. Oh, he's trying to catch a timing on someone, but how much do you commit to this? What do you do with this? You got a big old expensive gun in your hand. And yeah, it's time to back away. And I was going to credit TENSTAR with their kind of mid control. I actually kind of like how they're approaching middle. It's being a big problem for FNATIC, but they still won out on the site. And yeah, sometimes you're going to get a Doma round where he gets you 3 kills.
I really like the setup there. Again, the utility invested towards double doors to stop that push coming through, prevent that split. But also the pressure on the other side of that. They converted that stall into mid control. So they actually capitalized and find those 2 kills on FNATIC, and unfortunately, I mean, it's Doma that really flips that round on his head, and see him here actually leading the charge for FNATIC, 12-6 so far. Really, really good start for him again. 2 massive kills here onto Cray and Russ to open that out, and that's the difference there. Again, yes, you could talk about a little bit of an overinvestment there, but that's the sort of things we see from FNATIC. They're never afraid to secure a round. Send the Seekers out, put the Vipers out. They run no risks. They take what they're
Yeah,
given.
bang on. We go again.
Deploying
Mid control being toyed with, even in the lighter purchase. Can be Russ and Polvi, who did manage to keep that op over. Oh, the timing. Stanley plays it just to perfection, catching Magnum with his pants down there. But keep your eye on the spike for FNATIC. Yeah, there's a little bit of a look towards A, a little bit of a show of strength, but it is that slow work towards B. And it'll be Cray who's going to be the one dealing with the problems off the back of it. Yeah, and there it is. Straight in we go. The mid control. Yeah, undone. Durka just drive-bys. Russ can't get away from it. Now, the spike's not quite towards the site yet, and they're starting to be a little bit curious as to what's going on here. Polvi's on the way to CT. Cray tried to play through elbow. Gets caught by Mystic. Spike now down. It is a 3v3. But the rifles, of course, favouring FNATIC apart from this. Polvi still working back in from that CT side. Doma's got one flash to play with here. Now he's in trouble. Forced out. Tagged up. That actually tagged through. So nicely done. Jump peek from Durka. He's got the ult, but he's under pressure. Stanley wants him gone. He's going to actually play this forward. Durka, you mad lad. This is what you need from him. But straight away, Brody body checks.
Beautiful response.
And it's going to be TENSTAR. What a round for them.
Absolute precision. The Nano Swarm comes in and they know exactly where it's going to force them into, and they land, I'm pretty sure, back-to-back wallbangs to find that first entry back on. The TENSTAR looking very comfortable there in the retake.
Placing swarm grenade.
Yeah, FNATIC able to purchase back in here, but again, beyond this, it's flaky. Durka and Boaster down to 350 and 50 credits apiece. See Brody relaying that information. Back from mid, and again, this utility invested here. Onto double doors.
Uh-oh. Oh, Polvi just saved, I think it was Stanley's life for even just a second. Brody's still alive as well, playing on the outskirts.
Brody.
He's done so well from this. 3 big kills. Polvi to control, and you can see why TENSTAR like this map. They are damn good at it.
I mean, the difference in control there, again, just this utility invested on double doors, it's so obnoxious to navigate through, because there's so many things that you have to reset your crosshair placement to try and get in, to try and find an entry. Polvi and Brody positioned perfectly to peek off each other, and then also engage with this pressure once it comes through from A main. I absolutely love this A setup.
Oh, it's working wonders for them. And maybe FNATIC's had a little bit of enough of that. It's like, all right, well, we'll go for a bit more of maybe a different approach for now. Maybe stress a little towards middle, but it's Stanley again going on his exploration mission. Flash goes in, it's going to reveal the game, it's going to give it away, but Stanley only gets 1. I really thought there was 2 in there for him, but no. Now Russ is a little further behind the curve. Could maybe pin in Magnum. No one there to bail him out. The Viper is at the bottom of middle, but Russ still trying to get this one. Magnum, no one there to save you this time. Russ was expecting a player to hold his push, but no one was. Now the Seekers go down and they can reveal the positions, but it's only Boaster really who's got this control towards B. The Viper's on the way, but needs a second or 2 more to get there. Smoke goes in to allow the cross, and Mystic can get the plant, but again, you're working with very little here. Ghosts, Spectres. Well, a Bulldog. Mystic's been a little naughty with this. He's actually been very naughty with this, setting up Durka. That's incredible stuff from FNATIC. Pulling away from the side at just the right time. Do they know where Brody is? I don't know if they've gone the read yet, and Brody's reading this as like it's an A piece.
30 seconds
or at least he's kind of having to consider it for a second. Brings himself back around middle, maybe feeling noted towards CT. Spike now going down, can't be seen, can't be denied. And that disengage from FNATIC and the re-aggress was just perfect. But Brody can clutch this out. He's got the ult if he needs it. If he wants it. He's also out gearing every single one of them. There we go. It's the ult time. 10 seconds. But it doesn't quite reach the back of the site. They've still got some play area here.
He's here. Actually going to run through that snake bite. We'll find the first here. Durka. Last bastion of hope for FNATIC here in this round. Will reveal his position, and Brody gets a little too close for comfort. I mean, what a back and forth that was. Some great audible calls on the side of FNATIC there, but
my
Brody
doesn't stop in the lab.
Holds on, didn't even break a sweat.
Last round in the
So
half.
well considered, and yes, the lockdown's invested. Durka still holding on to that Hunter's Fury. I don't think it actually changes the course of that, the outcome of that round at all. Almost feel like FNATIC weren't ready for Brody to push up that quickly, or at least they weren't anticipating he'd force his way through the snake bite at least.
Enemy remaining.
I thought they'd have heard the steps, or, you know, kind of maybe expected some part of it. Even Durka feeling like he might get some more time. Brody assertive in approach, and after the way that swung back a little for FNATIC there after that kind of disengage and re-engage, I thought they were done for, but apparently not, as Polvi gonna play through. Give himself one angle to play with, that's it. He's gonna get it. Good work from Polvi. Nice collection towards Durka. As Magnum's foray in towards middle begins. That should have been a shot of his, but no, Cray's gonna catch it, and it's actually Doma who's still doing work, right? I feel like that's just gonna be something we're gonna say every single day of the week, is that Doma will still find value. Stanley,
Here.
just jiggle peeking away towards middle. And we could have sent that flash pop tip, but he felt as though he's safe enough for this. Cross in for Mystic. The divide does go a hell of a way, but somewhat irrelevant now as the spike is down.
Mr. Gatsu, oh my
timing.
word. Polvi gets straight
Polvi
up close.
has just... He knows exactly what he had to do with that. He understood the assignment. And now the 2v2 post-bomb, what do they have? I mean, you've got Astra, I guess, but... I don't know what Doma can do. Maybe a flash catches... Actually catching both of them! He saw him by the box, and Cray is super low HP. The trade's good enough, as Boaster is there to seal it. But a close half here. A very close half.
Switching sides.
Yeah, again, FNATIC actually coming out with the best of a worst scenario.
I should play some.
7-5 the scoreline. Opportunity to tie things up here with a pistol round and a round 2 conversion. Straight back to a level playing field. Polvi's done great there to get up and just completely remove that control that Mystic would have had with the Viper's Pit. You see here the differences, and really what I'm excited to see is TENSTAR again put this composition to work on attack.
Sorry.
This is what I've been told to look out for. This is what
Placing swarm
gonna put them on the radar of everyone. Certainly impressed many. To see. The slow start here though, Hypok.
What do you do with this? FNATIC not really sending out any feelers. Only really committed to fighting for B. Mystic and Doma positioned to take this fight. TENSTAR creeping this direction. As soon as this wall goes up, it should be the green light for at least one more body from FNATIC to head this direction.
But look where they're going. Durka seems aware of this,
That is a
and yeah,
huge
he gets
dart.
full information off the back. Yeah, that is incredible. Cray's found Durka though in the meantime, so even with all that reveal, Doma's trying to play this just right around
Mystic.
the corner. It's Mystic though to make himself the man. The turret at the back of it, he's got the support from Boaster, and he's held the line.
Seconds left.
Cray and Stanley left scratching their heads after what was a great start there. It looked so good. Stanley can't convert towards Mystic, who still holds. As Cray called upon in a 1v3, Spike being controlled, contained. Magnum going to be more of a nuisance as well, give them less option. Good connection, but I'm expecting the swing to come through. Yeah, Boaster now noted, does not matter. It's Magnum to find
Mystic,
it, and FNATIC. You gotta just, you know, again, Mystic, pat on the back for that.
You put him in one of those spots where he's just got to come up huge. In the last few days, I mean, you got to bet on him. Finding kills like that. Polvi's got to be kicking himself after that.
Yep.
That's the kill that lost him that round, and really what the knock-on effect from that is. 4 Spectres and a Marshal on the board here for FNATIC, and looking like a fairly quick piece towards A from TENSTAR.
No info off the back of the defensive side's flash either. Popping that out to middle just in case. It's a late lean back towards B. Oma's getting curious, but no flash. 20 seconds until that's back around.
Here.
The little lemmings dropping down. There's going to be a quick pop in towards that pillar. They actually might be able to get this. Mystic still holds. Mystic!
He's closed.
He ain't moving.
He's closed.
He ain't moving.
Don't come back. A decent progress here as well in terms of who's getting these kills in the early rounds. Again, Mystic got to be pretty close to that Viper's pit here.
One enemy remaining.
And so yeah, just one away now. So I think he's going to get it online here with the bonus regardless of the outcome. Having that available for potentially, I mean, if you can get it online here, it's a good opportunity to convert the bonus.
It is. TENSTAR though, straight up to the rifles. Boaster feeling bold. There is a player on the other side of this and utility in the way. Magnum spots one towards middle. TENSTAR taking their time, maybe trying to just feel out if there's any aggression anywhere, which is probably a good idea at this point, considering Olvi has found a lot of space. Now the outdrone could ruin that a little bit.
Yeah.
Has to give away at least two of their positions now.
Hey, if anything, just one person faced there. Both weapons noted. Spike not committed anywhere yet, so not a lot lost off the back of that. Actually, if anything, leaving one kind of to lurk in that spot here, because Polvi's managed to slip through.
Don't know how he's done that. You could just sit there. If they hit this A site, it's I mean, it could have been a 3v2, but it is going to be a 2v2 at best now, as Doma did find Stanley. That's a rifle loss, a little bit.
30 seconds left.
A lot to sell the B intention with no follow-up, as Magnum's still very well prepared. Going to hear this go down. Note, maybe a player in middle, but Magnum's now in trouble. He's going to have a lot of players looking his way. Boaster gets away with murder. Don't know how he's done it, but Polvi's fallen, and now there's problems aplenty. It's a 4v2, and the spike's just about gone down. They can't really escape the site. Another tag comes in. Russ looking worse for wear. The walking wounded. Durka puts him out of his misery, and Boaster.
He was literally just ducking and diving behind triple there and praying, I guess, Durka was able to get there close enough. It will be Mystic to find the defuse and wipe his bit online. Big tick in the box in terms of FNATIC's defense here. And not necessarily expecting them to use it on the next, because TENSTAR now bumped back down to a scrappy purchase. 30 HP, just look at it.
I don't know. I don't know. Even he doesn't know.
One enemy remaining.
I guess it must be nice to have Durka on Overwatch for you. You know what I mean? You're feeling a little bit safer in that. But yeah, it did give him a gateway. FNATIC, 8-7 now. Maybe a little bit of nerves kicking in for TENSTAR.
Actually, yeah, Viper's bit invested. Want to run any risks here. They're going to potentially lean away from B main at least. Maybe look for some mid control on the back of this. Doma to find something. But TENSTAR. Oh yeah, he's noted the alarm bot. We'll spy out one. Potentially a firing squad here. It's not pretty at all. Two more players noted off the back of that recon.
Oh. Durka's being horrible with this. He's actually going to get so punched. We just made the same noise at the same time, didn't we?
Did.
Yeah. No.
Synergy. You can't teach that.
Nah. Just... glad to say we feel the same way. 9-7 though. I'm getting a little worried for TENSTAR because let's kind of then talk bigger picture here, which is, you know, the kind of floaty, less analytical side of things, more the emotional side of things. You know, these are still young players, less used to the pressure. Yeah, they've played their tournaments, they've got some reps under their belt, but it ain't been to this depth. It ain't against the likes of FNATIC. And it's starting to look like FNATIC are leaning a little on that. We've got to see these gun rounds come out now. TENSTAR need to stabilize. I need to see some of that brilliance again, because this is do or die time. They go home if they don't win this. They are out of it if they don't convert this map. And Polvi knows that. Gonna take the first stride forward, straight down tube, gets Boaster, opens the door, says, Durka, you in? You want to come out and play? No, Durka does not want to come out and play. Shuts the door.
Revealing area.
See here how TENSTAR actually respond to this here. Stanley going to find Doma as he drifts out of B main. And actually, that's going to bait a little bit of a rotation here. A site up for grabs. Magnum got to back away. Respect this. Russ going to spy out some utility here. Magnum potentially going to get spammed out from behind the box. Oh, as good as.
Oh, he's alive. He's still alive. Still not kicking now. Cray's got him. The site's swarmed. This might be a give up here from FNATIC. Yeah, they're backing away. This is time to keep those guns. And a needed, a necessary round for TENSTAR. Stanley with the punish towards Mystic too, so you're not getting away with too much. Durka maybe trying to do a bit of damage on the way through, but it's 5 alive as it stands, which is exactly what TENSTAR needs. It's what the doctor ordered. A bit of rest, relaxation, and 5 rifles. Durka's still looking for a way to remove one. There it is. How much more can he do? How much of a nuisance can one man be? Bait in the drop sound. Haha, sus, vent. Haha, amongies. Just try, you know.
Nice.
That was good. Yeah, all good now. Durka will be able to keep his rifle. But that's a huge round for TENSTAR. This is maybe enough footing. They found their footing, should I say? Maybe not quite,
Well,
you know, the build back yet, but it's enough to keep them in this and their money not be completely in the bin.
Found a response, because that was 4 rounds unanswered initially from FNATIC back in the second half. Ultimate progression heavily in favour of TENSTAR here. 1 away from the Seekers, 1 away from the Bladestorm. To see what they can make happen here. Again, the purchase. FNATIC, again, even after this, I mean, Durka sat at 7,400, Boaster sat at 8,800. Not really been dented. Those victories, those round victories, at least from FNATIC, were strong enough where they were able to build up a buffer here. But, I mean, on the flip side of that, an opportunity to reset TENSTAR. And this is the problem, really. When it's 4 rounds unanswered and then the first 4 of the half, the economy is so delicate. Looking for clean victories here. And actually, I mean, if they can, try and cycle these ultimates as well. Again, Polvi, we know he can ride one through on the eco round with that Bladestorm, but to tie things up here, huge. Durka actually going to opt for the operator here, actually. I kind of like that.
There we go. UI's having a timeout.
Need that back.
Needs a moment.
It is. Look, it's been a rough year. 2021's been hard on us all. Ovi again. Last time he did actually find so much room playing through tube. Has to be addressed now. Deep play from the Viper on the other side. It looks like maybe Mystic's been charged with watching that with a little bit of help from Boaster. This obviously does mean you're playing kind of deep on the sites.
Run.
Magnum. Now that's not bad. Let's see what they do with this. He's going to have to respect it. Brody puts it into place. Yeah, so Magnum's going to back away maybe towards the backside of Tribox a little deeper, but the hit's going to come in off the back of it. The flash goes in. Durka is unaffected, still standing tall. And 2 players actually being detained here, but Durka is being the defender, the man to hold on to this. The opposite in hand! And TENSTAR are on the floor. Stanley witnessing the massacre. Left dazed and confused. Pops the ult on the way back in like it's going to help you, mate. You might be able to see him, but what are you going to do about it? Needs a bit of magic from Brody here. That's 1 and 2 now spotted, but Stanley's left on 27 HP.
My word.
And the young con can't do it. Bloody hell, that was round and a half from Durka.
I mean, if anything, it's like, oh yeah, Durka's got operator. He's stuck on default here. He's stuck. He's going to have to do something to get himself out of here. And then somehow finds the first 2. And then by some divine miracle finds the 3rd as well.
No more.
Yeah, this...
How to spot a jet main on Sova.
Yeah, can you see him? Strange.
This is it now. Again, look at the round score. This is an opportunity for TENSTAR to be reset. They have the Blade Storm.
Yep.
This is the pivotal round here. It'll be FNATIC going to 11. And TENSTAR forced to make a very, very tricky decision.
Passing each other here. Doma. Kind of, you know, noting each other. Oh, the fast play up. Mystic. Oh no, he's denied Polvi. Stanley with a great trade though. Going to keep this at least in check. The flashes, they are going blow for blow here. Trade for trade. But it's actually the kill for Cray to come through. The site's still being contested, but they've just got a second to pause for thought. Maybe the spike can be carried across, but it's a 2v3. The spike was with Cray. As Russ is still towards the site, looking towards T-side push. Deep hold from Boaster towards CT. You're going to have Durka watching the cross. That still terrifies me. Goes for the drone instead. Russ maybe trying to gain some ground here. Ult now invested. This is a lot on Russ.
One enemy remaining.
To do something with, and he's been put down by Boaster. This is where problems begin. Cray called upon. It's a 1v3. This would deny 11 on the board, but it's a big one for FNATIC too. Does he find a way? Already the KJ ult comes in. Aggression must be expected now. What does Cray do with this? He wants Boaster first. He gets it. The follow-up! Oh, there was a window of opportunity. He gets slammed on his fingertips as Magnum is there. And it's the defuse to come in. An 11 on the board for FNATIC as TENSTAR starting to look down the barrel of the gun. And FNATIC finding form out of nowhere.
Again, resilience. Really, with the way that first half felt, it was almost brutal if you're a FNATIC fan. Like I said, ended on 7-5, which is the best they could really ask for.
Swarm grenade.
True.
Placing swarm grenade.
The nature of those rounds.
Placing.
And here we are. 11-8. Like I said, economy in tatters.
This is looking like 12 high poc. But and the thing that I look at is give these boys some more experience. Give them some time to grow into this a bit. And we could have a team going even further. Map 1 was such a disaster. You know, all these, you know, odds poured against them. They're still desperately trying to claw this one back through. It is only 11-8. It's not like it's over, but it's certainly feeling like it's starting to look a little dire.
Blocking vision.
It needs some takeaway from this round. I don't know what they're going to be able to get, though.
Seekers invested here from Doma. You give them a decent read on the setup here as TENSTAR actually going to take that opportunity to hit a rotate. They've maybe feel as if there's an opportunity to get onto B site, but Doma, he's got other ideas.
Certainly does, and the timing could be everything. He's let a couple pass. They don't know him yet. He's going to isolate one around the back lines, but he's being pulled in here. Kind of fell foul to their own traps. Now Mystic, little isolated, swarmed, still alive. Mystic, how are you alive? Brody finally catches him by the heels, puts him down, says, all right, calm it down, mate. Boaster backhanded. Here we go. A little bit of an overstep by Boaster. Last time playing very patient towards CT. And now Magnum and Durka, pretty wondering what's just happened.
Yeah, operator in the hands of Durka, so look for him to be the one to find a kill. Magnum going to spot out that jump spot.
10 seconds left.
Difficult here.
Spike planted.
Again, actually, Magnum just stepping ahead. Polvi will punish. Yeah, I think he's going to try and hold on to this one. As TENSTAR, seemingly out of nowhere, will capitalize on, I gotta say, a little mispositioning and a little misuse of the utility there. Look about Doma getting caught up in that gravity well. See, and this is big actually. If Cray can retrieve a weapon other than the Spectre.
Be nice.
Not sure how he hasn't actually. There should be the bodies on the site as Durka gonna punish that. Hopefully no more.
Yeah, if you're TENSTAR, you got to keep, you know, all those small things, you know, keeping a gun over, getting all the rifles that you can. It does add up. You kind of need that to give you the buffer going forward. Make sure everyone's always on that buy. Make sure everyone's in the right place possible to move forward. You got to try and put everyone in the key positions, but maybe pause for thought here for TENSTAR. How can they repeat that success? What do they need to make work? A couple of mistakes from FNATIC certainly helps matters, but FNATIC not quite out of cash yet. Durka sitting on 7k here, 3.7, 2.8, 2.5, kind of below that, but on the other side of things, it's down to kind of the lower end. And TENSTAR begin their first couple of steps.
This next one almost levels the playing field. Brings it within touching distance here for TENSTAR.
Cage triggered.
Again, I mean, I like this. They've identified a little bit of an opportunity
No more charges left.
to find space through tube. Boaster this time gonna have no idea. He was the one that spotted it out previously. Actually gonna spot Cray out in mid though, and will be rewarded with a kill at least. See if he can get out of there.
Oh, Brody. Good catch in the end, avenging the fallen teammate of Cray. But look at this from Magnum as well. Oh, they've got no idea. They're going to be none the wiser. That spike now dropped. That's big info found. Russ is going to be kicking himself. That's something that's going to make you feel a little silly. Spike is recovered, so it's not the end of the world, but it's a player advantage and a lot of territory to regain. Re-garner, they really need that impact from Stanley here. He's got to find so much value in this. Does he just hold for the rotations? Does he try and help them on the site? Magnum waits so patiently. Brody, he comes out, he tries to check it, but Magnum denies. It's a big 3k for Magnum, as Stanley's position suddenly feels out of sorts. It's 12 for FNATIC, and the hopes and dreams are starting to be shattered for TENSTAR here.
You're on the brink of the dream run.